Hi, good day. So, my name is Decoteau, also known as Aunty Pé. I usually teach Sunday school online via Zoom, but we're going to do things a little different, and we're here on Facebook. So, welcome if this is your first session. Welcome if you're rejoining us. I missed you all. So we're back online. So this week, this week and next week, what we're going to do is the creation story. So the creation story is one of my favorite stories to do because it starts at the beginning and it tells you how the world as we know it got created and how the world as we know it came into being. Now, before we begin and get into the nitty-gritty of the creation story, what I want to ask you is just a couple of questions to look out for and see if we get the answer to already. So the questions are: one, the question, is what was there before everything? Before everything, what was there? Now, the second question is, what is the order of things becoming created? And the third thing is has God created anything that was bad? So those are our three questions. And again, you could ask your grown-ups for the answers to these questions. You could listen along, or you could discuss it after the session with your grown-ups. So our first thing we're going to do is just watch a short video on our creation story. Now, we're not going to go through the entire thing right now, but we will take it step by step, bit by bit.
Stories of the Bible. Creation. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was empty, formless, and dark. But the Spirit of God was there. On the first day, God said, "Let there be light." And God saw that the light was good. Then he separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day and the darkness night. On the second day, God said, "Let there be a space to separate the waters of the heavens from the waters of the earth." God called the space sky. On the third day, God said, "Let the waters beneath the sky flow together into one place, so dry ground may appear." God called the dry ground land and the waters seas, and God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let the land sprout with every sort of plant and tree." And God saw that it was good. On the fourth day, God said,
Right. So those are our days. So those are our first 3 days. So in the first 3 days, God did a lot of work. I don't think I could be able to get through half of the things God got through in 3 days. So on the first day, well, let's go before we get to the first day. Let's talk about what was there before. So the Bible says that the world was an empty void, just filled of darkness. So if you want to imagine how the world was, think of when your grown-ups have sent you to bed. And they've sent you to bed and it's dark, it's the middle of the night, you get up and your eyes are open but you're seeing nothing because outside is dark, inside is dark, your lights are off, curtains drawn, door closed, eyes closed, and you don't know if your eyes are open, if you see anything different from your eyes are closed. That is the kind of darkness that we're talking about. It is so dark and there is nothing but God. And God decided to say, "Let there be light." And there was light. Now, one of the points that I always tell my young ones is, everything that God said became. So God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And the light obeyed God. And God said, okay, when it's light outside, we're going to call it day, and when it's dark outside, it's going to be called night. And he saw that it was good. Everything that God created was good. The light was good, the darkness was good, so the day is good and the night is good. Nothing God creates, or at least nothing that God has created so far, has been bad or evil. Okay, so on the first day, God created the light, or what we call day and night. Now on the second day, God decided he's going to separate the waters of the earth from the waters of the heaven and create this dome, this middle space. So the NRSV, which is what we use, states that God created a dome that separated the waters from the earth and the waters from the heaven. And that dome we call sky. So that dome that God created, all God said was we need a dome. And the dome came and the dome was created, and he said, and he called it sky. And that sky, as we know, it's the same sky we see now. And God said that it was good. And there was morning and there was evening, and that is our second day. So far, the earth coming together, it coming to come. So the first day, he said, let there be light, and there was light. So then we got day and night, and it was good. The second day, we created a dome to separate the waters of the earth and the waters of the heaven, and it was good. We call that dome sky. Now on the third day is God's busy day. It's busy. So everything, not everything, but a lot of things will happen on that third day. So God did a lot of things on that third day. The third day, he said to the waters, and listen what he said to the waters, gather in one place and let the earth rise up and dry land appear, right? So he told the waters, shift so, y'all move so, right? And he told the earth, rise. So we have dry land. And then where the waters have gathered, we call the sea, and where the earth has risen up, we call it land. So far, God tell the seas, the water, shift to one side and the earth rise to one side. And now he saw that it was good. So the seas were good, the earth was good. And then he now says to the earth, bring forth fruit and bring forth vegetation. So every single bit of piece of flower, plant, that you could think of, God created on the third day, and we know the varieties of plants. Just in Trinidad and Tobago alone, just think of all the fruit trees we have. We have mangoes, we have bananas, we have chinette, we have all sorts of fruits. Soursop, we have watermelon, and all these fruits. And that was just 5 fruits. Now imagine God creating all the fruits that we know. All the fruits, all the vegetables, everything that may have a seed, God created on the third day. Now you all see why I said God had a busy day on the third day? So on the third day, he told the seas to move a little bit, shift to the side. He told the earth or land to rise up, and then he told the land again to grow things. And that was the third day. And everything he created on the third day, he saw that it was good. Everything that God has created so far in the 3 days that we visited has been good. And there was morning and there was night, and then we moved to the 4th day. Now we're not going to go into the 4th day in this session. So far, what I want you all to think about is this very important. If you don't remember anything, I want you all to remember this: that words have power. We may not be able to say grass grow and the grass grows, but we have been formed into the image and likeness of God, so that our words have power. So as I said, we may not say grass grow and the grass grow and shoot up, or mountains rise and the mountains will rise, but if we speak positive things And if we direct our thoughts to positivity and speak only positive things, then we create, just as God created the earth, we create positive things. And in the same way, we speak negative or we think negative, we will only create negative things. So just as God, because we are supposed to live just as God did, God, or just as God would want us to. God did not create anything that is bad. And we've been through 3 days so far, and God has created nothing that was not good. So if we now decide we are going to speak positive and speak only good things, then we create only good things, and we will see that it is good. All right? So I want you for this week to just think about how you use your words. How do you use your words? Do you use your words for negative things, or do you use your words for only positive things? Before you speak, I want you to think of only positive things to say. Think of only good things that you can bring forth. And then at the end of it all, and at the end of your days, so in the morning, speak positive, and coming down to the night, I want you to think, did I achieve my goal? Did I only speak positive things? All right? And that is what our 3 days will show us. That God created everything so far for the 3 days, and it was good. So his words created only good. How are we going to remember all of this? How are we going to think about, okay, Aunty Pé giving me all this information, and I don't know how to think about this. What was the first day? What was the second day? What was the third day? God do plenty things on the third day, I can't really remember. So what I would have done is I would have created a way or a craft for us to remember this. So for our craft today, and our craft is for this session, these sessions, let me just pull it up. Right. So our crafts are going to be about the creation story. So we're going to create a nice little ornament for our creation. The creation story. So this is our ornament. So it will tell you each and every one of these. So the first thing you're going to need is this. You need 8 circles of the same size. So what I did is I just take a cup, put the cup onto paper, and cut out the circles. Draw and cut out the circles. So I will have 8 blank white circles. All right, I ask you all to use white paper because white paper will help you see everything better. You need a glue stick, colors, whether it's color pencils, crayons, markers, anything. This is your creation. And 4 inches of string. So whether it's thread, whether it's yarn, whether it's nylon, that is totally up to you, however you want to do it. Excuse me. So our first circle. So on your first circle, what you're going to take is your first circle and decorate it. So on the side of mine, I have my nice little decoration. Don't laugh at Aunty Pé. She really tried. I tried my best. So you have creation story, Genesis 1. So this is how you're decorating it. You're writing the headings, creation story, Genesis 1, and however you want to decorate it, it's totally up to you. So whether you want to put flowers, I put a little wool, whether you want to do it in color, whether you want to do black and white, it is totally up to you how you want to create your first circle. Now this is just again to remind you of what was created throughout. Now your second circle, you're going to fold it in half and decorate one half completely black. All right, I would have put the one like this in the black just because I find it looks really nice, but you don't have to. You can put your one anywhere on your paper, but please ensure that you know that this is the first day. So take one half and decorate it completely black and leave the next side white. So this shows that God created light. So we have the light and the darkness, and the both are good. So this is your first day. This is how you remember the first day. So one side remains white and one side remains dark. Now you can replay this video as many times as you want to slow it down, pause it, whatever you need to be done. That is up to you. Now on the second day, you take your second circle and we separate the sea from the sky. So I used a dark blue color pencil to separate the sea and a light blue color pencil to separate the sky. So this is the dome that God created, and he saw that it was good. So this is the waters of the earth separated from the waters of the heaven using the sky. And it was good. And don't forget to put your 2 somewhere on the paper. Try not to put it in the middle. But if you do, that's fine. And the fourth circle, which is your third day, is this. Yes, Aunty Pé's trees looking a little weird, but that's okay. All right, I'm trying. I'm not an artist, but I'm trying. So on the third day, which is God's busy day, he created the land. He told the earth to rise up. The seas, he told the waters to gather in one place. But the sky was already created, so we were okay there. And every sort of tree that you could think of. So I just did some little coconut trees, fern trees, some kind of tree. Right? You could draw a banana tree, you could draw a coconut tree, you could draw whatever tree you decide on. Shrubs or bushes. It's yours to decorate. Okay, and this is our third day. So this is how we're going to remember our creation story. So our first circle, decorate with the creation story. Second circle, which is our first day, there was light and there was dark. The second day, which was separated the waters of the earth from the waters of the heavens by the sky, and that's what you do. You draw your sky and your seas. And the third day, which is God's busy day, we have all the trees that we can possibly think of, the land and the oceans or the seas. And that is our third day. And that is our craft. So that is not the completion of our craft, but I want you to keep these safe for you over the week, over the course of the week, so that when we come back and complete the craft next week, you have your first day, second day, and third. So, takeaway points, we will always have takeaway points, and our takeaway point is that everything that God creates is good. Every single thing that God creates is good. This from day 1 to 3 takes place from Genesis chapter 1 verses 1 to 13. As days 1 to 3, you can read up on it. You can see what your Bible has, whichever Bible version you have, but it will still remain the same. That the first day there was light, the second day God created the skies, and the third day he created the earth, the seas, and vegetation. We use the NRSV, the Revised Standard Edition. New Revised Standard Version. Sorry, that's what we use. NRSV. And in NRSV, we have a simpler version, simpler wording. So that is it for us today. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining me. This is my first Facebook Sunday School. So I'm a little nervous, but thank you for joining us. See you next week. Bye.